Welcome to the Deep Dive with Farmtips Diary. Today we're exploring the rise of agri-solar, how farmers are growing energy alongside crops, balancing food and power, rethinking the economics of farming, and uncovering what it means when fields become both breadbaskets and power plants. For most of human history, farms were only about one thing: food. Crops and livestock define the boundaries of agriculture. But today, a new force is creeping across rural landscapes. Glinting rows of solar panels now share space with corn stalks, wheat fields, and orchards. This new concept is called agri-solar, or agrivoltaics, the marriage of agriculture and photovoltaics. Instead of choosing between farming and solar, agri-solar tries to have both, harvest sunlight for energy, while still leaving room for crops or grazing animals. At first glance, this seems almost too good to be true. Food and power in the same space. A chance for farmers to earn more while helping fight climate change. But like many innovations, the story is both inspiring and complicated. How do dual systems balance crop growth and solar energy capture? The key idea behind agri-solar is dualious. Normally, solar farms take up land exclusively, blanketing fields with panels, but agriculture also needs that land. Instead of competing, agri-solar layers the two panels are elevated higher than normal, tilted differently, or spaced farther apart. This leaves sunlight for crops and space for machinery to pass. The result? Crops grow beneath or between solar panels, or livestock graze in their shade. But here's the twist. Plants don't always suffer from less sun. In fact, some thrive. Certain vegetables, like lettuce or spinach, grow better in partial shade. The panels reduce heat stress and evaporation, meaning less water is needed. In hotter climates, this can be a lifeline. For example, in Arizona, studies found chiltepin peppers and cherry tomatoes actually produced double the yield under solar panels compared to open fields. The shade prevented them from cooking under the blazing sun. Meanwhile, the panels themselves benefit too. Solar panels lose efficiency when they overheat. With crops below cooling the microclimate, the panels stay cooler, generating more power. It's a symbiotic loop. Crops protect panels, panels protect crops. The economics, costs, incentives, and long-term profitability for farmers. But beyond biology, economics drives adoption. Installing solar isn't cheap. A typical farm-scale agri-solar system costs $1 to $2 million per megawatt. For a farmer, that's a massive upfront cost. So why do it? Because once installed, panels generate decades of revenue. Farmers can sell electricity back to the grid through power purchase agreements or net metering. For many, this income is steadier than crop prices, which swing wildly. Governments often sweeten the deal. Countries like Japan, Germany, and the United States offer subsidies, tax credits, or feed-in tariffs to support agri-solar. In some regions, panels pay themselves off in 7 to 12 years, after which it's mostly profit. Imagine a wheat farmer who usually makes $300 per acre in a good year. With agri-solar, they might double or triple that income, because now they're selling both grain and electricity. But money isn't everything. Farmers must also weigh the risks. Maintenance costs rise, machinery may need modification to fit under panels, and yields can dip if crops don't adapt well. The profitability puzzle depends heavily on local conditions, sunlight, markets, incentives, and crop type. Why agri-solar projects matter for food security and renewable energy goals. Zooming out, agri-solar isn't just about individual farms. It sits at the crossroads of two massive global challenges: food security and climate change. By 2050, the world will need 50% more food to feed nearly 10 billion people. At the same time, we must slash carbon emissions to avoid catastrophic warming. Renewable energy must expand rapidly, but land is limited. If we cover vast areas with solar farms, where will food grow? If we plant only food, where will clean energy come from? Agri-solar offers a middle path. According to research from the Fraunhofer Institute, if just 1% of arable land adopted agri-solar, it could generate the equivalent of global electricity demand. At the same time, it would preserve farmland, not sacrifice it. This makes agri-solar a strategic tool for governments. It ticks multiple boxes: cleaner energy, rural development, food production, and climate adaptation. It's no wonder countries like India are rolling out national programs to fund it. Of course, theory and practice differ. Installing agri-solar systems comes with big challenges. First, engineering. Panels need to be high enough for tractors to pass, strong enough to withstand storms, and arranged to balance sunlight with shade. Designing layouts requires precision. Too much shade, crops fail. Too little panels underperform. Second, maintenance. Weeds grow under panels, dust accumulates, wires run across fields, farmers must adapt daily routines. Harvesting wheat beneath solar panels, for instance, means specialized machinery or slower work. Third, land optimization. Which crops work best under panels? Which livestock can graze safely without damaging equipment? Experiments are ongoing, but no universal template exists. Every farm requires tailoring. And finally, social challenges. Communities sometimes resist solar projects, fearing landscape changes or land loss. Even when dual use is promised, skepticism lingers. These challenges don't make agri-solar impossible, but they remind us that innovation is rarely plug-and-play. It must be adjusted to local realities, tested, and refined. Agri-solar is not just a concept, it's already happening. Let's look at some cases. In Japan, where the idea first gained traction, farmers grow tea, ginseng, and leafy greens under panels. Some farms report yields almost identical to open fields, while also earning steady solar income. In France, vineyards are experimenting with solar canopies. Grapes benefit from partial shading during heat waves, and farmers save on irrigation. Wine, powered by sunlight. In the United States, sheep farmers in Minnesota graze flocks under solar panels. The animals keep vegetation trimmed, replacing lawnmowers. Farmers earn grazing fees while saving on fuel and labor. And in India, the government has launched the PM-KUSUM scheme, funding solar pumps and panel installations on millions of acres. The goal: make farmers energy self-sufficient while cutting reliance on fossil fuels. These examples show agri-solar is not one-size-fits-all. It adapts to local crops, climates, and cultures. The future AI-driven simulations that continuously adapt to live farm data. Looking forward, the story doesn't stop at solar panels. The next frontier is smart agri-solar systems that integrate sensors, AI, and real-time data. Imagine panels that adjust tilt dynamically, following the sun, but also responding to crop needs. During a heat wave, they tilt to give plants more shade. During cool seasons, they open up for maximum light. Or imagine pairing agri-solar with digital twins, virtual models of farms that simulate soil, crop growth, and energy output. Farmers could test different configurations digitally before building, saving money and avoiding mistakes. In this future, farms become living laboratories where photons, data, and biology mix to maximize both harvests and electrons. But here lies a deeper question. Will this empower farmers or make them more dependent on algorithms and corporations? If control remains in farmers' hands, agri-solar could usher in a new era of resilience. If not, it risks repeating history, where technology enriches a few while leaving many behind. So, what have we learned? Agri-solar blends crops and solar panels, creating dual-use farms that produce both food and power. The economics can offer stability, but depend on costs, incentives, and local realities. Globally, it could ease the land use conflict between feeding people and fueling economies. Yet challenges remain, from technical hurdles to community acceptance, and the future may bring AI-driven farms that balance light, shade, and data in ways we're only beginning to imagine. If you found this exploration insightful, remember to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to Farmtips Diary for more deep dives into the future of farming. We hope this exploration has been valuable. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. See you again on our next deep dive.